Unit 9, Period 1, Activity 1. Chance. Expect. Fetch. Get to know. Knock. Midday. Pity. Suggest. Tray.
2. Look at the picture on the next page. Describe it. 1. Hadil and another girl are talking to each other. 2. They are talking at the door of the girl's house. 3. Hadil is passing a tray of food to the other girl. 4. They seem to be pleased to see each other. 3. Listen and answer the questions.
Period 1, Activities 3 and 4. When Aunt Nada and Hadil finished making lunch for the Masri family, Hadil offered to take the food to them. She wanted a chance to meet Samira. Aunt Nada happily agreed. She also wanted Hadil and Samira to get to know each other. So Hadil took the tray to the Masri family. She knocked, and the door opened.
Hi, I'm Hadil.
Oh, hello. You're staying opposite, aren't you?
Yes, and your name is Samira, isn't it?
That's right. Please, come in.
Thank you. And look, I've brought you lunch. Aunt Nada made it for you, with a little help from me.
That's really kind. Please come through and have tea. I can make you some Arab-style tea, or I can make you some lemon tea.
Oh, thank you. I'd love some Arab-style tea, please.
Excuse me, I'm going to take Mother some food in bed. Then I'll be back.
A little later.
I hear you've got 4 little brothers and sisters, and you're looking after all of them too.
Well, yes, at the moment.
I don't expect you get much free time.
No, not much. Oh, and that reminds me, it's midday, and I have to fetch the children from their summer camp and give them their lunch. It's a pity, because I'm enjoying our chat.
Well, we don't have to stop. I suggest we go together, and then we can carry on chatting, can't we?
Yes, we certainly can.
1. Who did Aunt Nada and Hadil make lunch for? They made lunch for the Masri family. 2. What happened when Samira opened the door? Hadil introduced herself. 2. What did the girls do then? They went into the house and talked.
When Aunt Nada and Hadil finished making lunch for the Masri family, Hadil offered to take the food to them. She wanted a chance to meet Samira. Aunt Nada happily agreed. She also wanted Hadil and Samira to get to know each other. So Hadil took the tray to the Masri family. She knocked, and the door opened.
Hi, I'm Hadil.
Oh, hello. You're staying opposite, aren't you?
Yes, and your name is Samira, isn't it?
That's right. Please, come in.
Thank you. And look, I've brought you lunch. Aunt Nada made it for you, with a little help from me.
That's really kind. Please come through and have tea. I can make you some Arab-style tea, or I can make you some lemon tea.
Oh, thank you. I'd love some Arab-style tea, please.
Excuse me, I'm going to take Mother some food in bed. Then I'll be back.
A little later.
I hear you've got 4 little brothers and sisters, and you're looking after all of them too.
Well, yes, at the moment.
I don't expect you get much free time.
No, not much. Oh, and that reminds me, it's midday, and I have to fetch the children from their summer camp and give them their lunch. It's a pity, because I'm enjoying our chat.
Well, we don't have to stop. I suggest we go together, and then we can carry on chatting, can't we?
Yes, we certainly can.
Unit 9. Period 2. Activities 2 and 4. 1.
I hear the new summer camp is nearly full. Everyone wants to go.
Let's ask our parents to get places for us while there's still a chance.
2.
What time do you expect the guests to arrive?
At midday, so they should be here very soon. It's 11:45 now. 3.
We should do something to get to know our new neighbours.
Yes. Well, I suggest we invite them here for lunch at the weekend. 4.
Could you go and fetch all the knives and forks from the kitchen?
Yes, I'll bring everything on a tray.
5.
We've knocked 3 times, but Tariq doesn't seem to be at home.
That's a pity. I was really hoping to meet him again.
Read Activity 4 Period 1 again and answer the questions. 1. Why did Hadil offer to take the food to the Masri family? Because she wanted a chance to meet Samira. 2. Why was Aunt Nada happy to say yes? Because she wanted Hadil and Samira to get to know each other. 3. What did Samira know about Hadil? She knew that Hadil was staying opposite. 4. What did she invite Hadil to do? She invited her to come in. 5. Then what did she offer to make Hadil? She offered to make her some tea. 6. Why did Samira have to go out a little later? Because she had to go and fetch the children from their summer. 7. Why was that a pity? Because she was enjoying their chat. What did Hadil suggest doing in order to continue their chat? She suggested they go to fetch the children together. 4. Work in pairs. Listen again and practice the conversations. Read the examples. 1. I'd love some Arab-style tea, please. 2. I'm enjoying our chat. 3. Aunt Nada made lunch for the Masri family. 4. She made the Masri family lunch. 5. Hadil took the tray to the Masri family. 6. She took the Masri family the tray. Look at the examples again. Tick the best way to complete the statements. 1. Examples 1 and 2 have a 1 object. 2 examples 3 to 6 all have b 2 objects. 3 in examples 3 and 5, the first object, direct object, comes a just after the verb. 4 in 3, the second object, indirect object, follows the word be 4. 5 in 5, the second object, indirect object, follows the word a 2. 6 in 4 and 6, the indirect object comes a before the direct object. 7 when the indirect object comes first, we b cut the words for in 2. 8 the direct object is usually a thing, and the indirect object is usually be a person. 2. Make statements. Say what Rania did on holiday with her cousins. 1. Say what she did for the first time. Use these words: boat, horse, mountain, zoo, climb. She climbed a mountain for the first time. Visit. She visited a zoo for the first time. Sail. She sailed a boat for the first time. Ride. She rode a horse for tea time. 2. Say how she communicated. Use these words: call, letter, message, postcard. Write plus grandmother. She wrote a postcard to her grandmother. Text plus sister. She sent a text message to her sister. Send plus parents. She sent parents. Make plus brother. She made a call to her brother. 3. Say what she did for people. Use these words: cakes, chocolates, flowers, vase. Buy plus grandmother. She bought some chocolates for her grandmother. Get plus aunt and uncle. She got some flowers for her aunt and uncle. Choose plus parents. She chose a vase for her parents. Make plus cousins. She made some cakes for her cousins. 3. Work in pairs. Ask and answer questions about Activity 2. Student A. Did Rania write a postcard to her parents? Student B. No, she didn't. She sent him a letter. Student B. Did Rania choose a vase for her aunt and uncle? Student A. No, she got them some flowers.
Unit 9, Period 4, Activity 1. Belong. Disabled. Disaster. Earthquake. Equipment. Extra. Flood. International. Organization. Victim.
Word formation.
Volunteer. Volunteer. Voluntary.
Unit 9, Period 4, Activities 2 and 3. 1.
I hear that you belong to Oxfam, but what does it do?
It's a big organisation that helps people in trouble round the world.
2. There seem to be a lot of natural disasters around the world.
Yes, for example that flood in China after weeks of heavy rain.
I remember. There were thousands of victims who lost everything.
3.
Do you remember when thousands of buildings collapsed in that big earthquake last year?
Yes, there is a big international call for help from round the world.
4.
Tony does voluntary work at a school for children with special needs. There are a lot of volunteers like him who go to help the teachers.
Do the children need extra help with studying and learning how to do things?
Yes, because they're all disabled in various ways. The school has lots of special equipment to help the children too.
Unit 9, Period 4, Activity 4.
Hello and welcome to Young World, the news programme for young people. Now, do you remember that last week our special topic of the day was people who help people? Well, this week we're continuing with the same topic and we're going to meet more people who help other people. A lot of adults think that young people don't care about other people, but that really isn't correct. To start with, think back to last week when we met Samira from Palestine. Lots of young people are like her. They look after people at home. They help people in their families who are sick or disabled. But a lot more young people volunteer to help others in the wider community. They want to do something extra, something more than just thinking about themselves all the time. Take Tom from Britain, for example. He's a local community volunteer and he does local community projects. He's going to talk about a project to help build a new playground with lots of play equipment at a local school. Then we'll be listening to Rosa from Brazil. She's going to talk about voluntary work at her local library with a reading group for young children. Finally, Hassan from Saudi Arabia is going to talk about his international voluntary work. He belongs to an organisation that sends help to victims of natural disasters anywhere in the world. Disasters like earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods.
Work in pairs. Talk about the pictures on the next page. 1. Who are the people in the pictures? They are all volunteers. 2. What countries are they from? Brazil, Britain, Saudi Arabia. 3. Where is the girl in picture? And what is she doing? She is in the library reading to the children. 4. What do the boys in picture belong to? What are he and the others doing? They belong to an organization which sends help to people in danger. They are putting things like food and medicine in boxes. 5. Where are the volunteers in EEEC? And what have they done? They are in a playground which they have helped to build. 2. Read and write the names of speakers 1 to 3. 3. Read and mark the statements true or false. 1. Tom recently helped build a playground at his school. False. 2. The library gives Rosa CDs and DVDs for her work there. False. 3. Hassan's organization helps save the lives of victims of natural disasters. True. 4. Tom, Rosa and Hassan all do voluntary work for their local community. False. 5. All 3 of them feel good about the voluntary work. True.
Unit 9, Period 5, Activity 4. Reaching out to others.
At the end of the school week, we have a choice. We can do extra work in the library or sports, or, like me, we can do voluntary work. We do projects which help the local community, and we recently finished one at a school for young children. It's a new playground which we helped to build. We set up the new play equipment, and the children love it. That feels good, and we had lots of fun too.
On Saturday mornings, I volunteer at the local library. There are various jobs which you can do there. For example, you can take books to the homes of disabled people who can't get to the library. But my favourite is my little reading group. I read stories to young children that I meet every week. They love it, and I really enjoy that. They don't pay me, but I'm allowed to borrow books instead, and that's very nice.
There's always a big natural disaster somewhere in the world. If it isn't an earthquake, it's a flood or a hurricane. I can't go and help, but there's something else that I can do. I belong to an international organisation which sends help to people who are in danger. It collects money for things that disaster victims badly need, things like food and medicine. Then we volunteers put everything into boxes ready to send. At Eid, we also sent toys for children in Africa, and that was nice. It's good to give to people who have very little.
One. Read and complete the notes. Tick the correct columns. Then complete column 4. Helpers. Kinds of help. Helpers. People like Samira. Kinds of help. 1. At home. Examples. Look after people in the family who are sick or disabled. Helpers. Tom. Kinds of help. 2. Locally. Examples. Helps with community projects, like a new playground. Helpers. Rosa. Kinds of help. 3. Internationally. Examples. Helps at the Ibra, especially with a reading group after a disaster. Helpers. Hassan. Kinds of help. 3. Internationally. Examples. Helps to send things that people need like food and medicine. 2. Work in pairs. Ask and answer questions about the helpers. Student A. Ask questions. Who do people like Samira try to help? What kind of thing do they do? Student B. Answer the questions. Use your notes in Activity 1. They try to help people at home. For example, they look after. Read the passage again and do these tasks. Say what the underlined words refer to. Line 3. And we recently finished one at a school. And we recently finished a project at a school. Line 9. They don't pay me. The people at the library don't pay me. Line 10. I'm allowed to borrow books instead. I'm allowed to borrow books being given money. Now say what the underlined phrases mean. Line 1. At the end of the school week. The days of the week when you go to school. Line 2. We do projects which help the local community. The local area and the people. Line 11. There's always a big natural disaster. Something very bad that happens in nature. 4. Work in pairs. Think and discuss. What kinds of voluntary work can Palestinians do? What kinds of voluntary work have you ever done, or might you like to try? One. Work with parts of speech. Find these words in the passage in period 5. Choice. Noun. Voluntary. Adjective. Help. Verb. Feel. Verb. Natural. Adjective. Danger. Noun. Collect. Verb. Medicine. Noun. 2. Add the correct parts of speech to the words in the box. Use these abbreviations. V for verb. N for noun. Adjective for adjective. Add the words from Activity 1 to the tables. Verb. Choose. Noun. Choice. Verb. Collect. Noun. Collection. Verb. Feel. Noun. Feeling. Noun. Danger. Adjective. Dangerous. Noun. Medicine. Adjective. Medical. Noun. Nature. Adjective. Natural. Verb. Help. Adjective. Helpful. Verb. Volunteer. Adjective. Voluntary. Add pairs of words from Activity 2. 1. I've heard that a lot of Palestinians volunteer to work for the community. That's right. For example, older students all do voluntary work. 2. My little brother Fuad loves wildlife and nature. Yes, it's natural for young children to find animals very interesting. 3. Do we have a choice for our next project? We can help in the park, or we can choose to build a new playground. 4. You've got a huge collection of old clocks here. Yes, well, you see I collect all kinds of clocks. 5. I get a really good feeling when I can help someone to do something. Yes, I always feel the same way. It's nice to give a helping hand. 6. Can I help you carry these heavy bags, Aunt Manira? Oh, thank you, Adnan. If you could, that would be very helpful. 7. Is it dangerous to go walking in the woods at night? I think the biggest danger is that you could fall and hurt yourself. 8. The flood victims badly need food, clean water and medical help. What kinds of food and medicine should we send? Read the examples. 1. It feels right to give to people. They have very little. It feels right to give to people who have very little. We do projects. They help the local community. Wedo projects which help the local community. 3. I read stories to young children. I meet them every week. I read stories to children that I meet every week. 4. There is something else. I can do it. There is something else that I can do. Look at the examples again. Tick. The best way to complete the statements. 1. The relative clauses in examples 1 to 4 add important information to the first part of their sentences. 2. Examples 1 and 3 show that we can use who or that clauses about people. 3. Examples 2 and 4 show that we can use in relative clauses about things. 4. In examples 1 and 2, who and which are the subject of their relative clauses. 5. In examples 3 and 4, that and that are of their relative clauses. 2. Form sentences with relative clauses. Join the sentences on the left and right. The subject pronouns change to relative pronouns. 1. Tommy's the volunteer who helped to build a playground. Work in groups. Talk about gifts. Do these tasks. Eid is coming, and you are feeling generous. 1. Choose who to give each thing to. Write their names on the labels. 2. Make statements like this. I'm going to cook everyone a delicious meal. 3. Note the present that each partner is going to give you. Name 1 is going to give me a present, and name 2 is going to get me a. Cook a delicious meal everyone. Bake a cake. Get a box of chocolates. Buy a DVD. Give a book. Draw a picture. 4. Now list the presents that your partners are going to give you. Name is going to give me a present, and name is going to get me a. 2. Work in pairs and remember earlier units. Make true statements with relative clauses. Nadal and Hadil were the ones who flew to Palestine for a holiday. Information about Unit 1. 1. Nadal and Hadil were the ones who flew to Palestine for a holiday. 2. Their cousins were the people they planned to stay with. 3. They got a flight. Took them all the way to Gaza. 4. The market was one of the places they visited in Jerusalem. Information about Unit 2. 1. Lana and Walid were the ones they live in London. 2. Grandma was the person the family invited her to come and stay. 3 million rupees. Kadiri made new curtains. They were for Grandma's room. 4. A wardrobe was another thing. They had to get it. Information about Unit 3. 1. Jamie was the one. He collapsed during training. 2. The coach was the person. Walid called him for help. 3. Rock climbing was the activity. Julie Nixon tried it last year. 4. Swimming is an activity. It will be good for her. 3. Work in pairs. Remember Unit 8 Period 1. Ask questions and give full answers. A. Who was the person who was cooking? B. The person who was cooking was. A. What was the meal that she was making? B. The meal that she was making was.
Unit 9, Period 10, Activities 2, 3 and 5.
The Book of Life. Life is a book in chapters 3, the past, the present, and the yet to be. The past is gone, it could not stay. It's in our dreams of yesterday, remembered sometimes for its sadness, but also for its joy and gladness. Live for the present, live for today. So quickly does it pass away. Help one another along life's path. Cheer them up and make them laugh. For the past it soon will be. Live it now. It's yours, you see. But what about the yet to be? It's locked away. God holds the key. Margaret Curtis.
Unit 9, Period 11, Activity 1. 1. The girls were happily getting to know each other. But at midday, Samira needed to go and fetch the children. So Hadil suggested they go together. And carry on chatting. 2. One of the speakers belongs to an international organization. Which sends food, medicine, and rescue equipment to help save victims of natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, and hurricanes. Unit 9, Period 11, Activities 2, 3 and 4. Part 1. Alright, we've all listened to the poem The Book of Life, so let's talk about it a little. Adnan, let's have your ideas.
Yes, I agreed with the poem.
And you, Basel? Perhaps you could say something too.
Yes. Well, I like the poem, but my ideas are a little different.
And you, Osama, let's hear what you think.
Right, well, I've got very different ideas.
Part 2. Good, so let's begin. Adnan?
Well, I really feel that people should live for today. Forget about the past and don't worry about the future. That's what I say.
Yes, but we can't just forget about the past, can we? As the poem says, it's in your dreams of yesterday. Don't forget, it's our past which has brought us to our present, so it's very important.
Alright, I partly agree with you, but the important thing is still today. It seems to me that we should live each day as fully as we can, and we certainly shouldn't worry about the future.
I don't agree. I really believe that it's important to think about the future. Of course, we can't know the future, and it's true that anything might happen. But we still need to make plans, and we need to work towards the future that we've planned. We need to think about the things that we want for ourselves, our family, and friends.
I think that's completely wrong. I think that we have to let God decide our future. As the poem says, God holds the key.
Unit 9, Period 11, Activities 2, 3 and 4. Part 1. Alright, we've all listened to the poem The Book of Life, so let's talk about it a little. Adnan, let's have your ideas.
Yes, I agreed with the poem.
And you, Basel? Perhaps you could say something too.
Yes. Well, I like the poem, but my ideas are a little different.
And you, Osama, let's hear what you think.
Right, well, I've got very different ideas.
Part 2. Good, so let's begin. Adnan?
Well, I really feel that people should live for today. Forget about the past and don't worry about the future. That's what I say.
Yes, but we can't just forget about the past, can we? As the poem says, it's in your dreams of yesterday. Don't forget, it's our past which has brought us to our present, so it's very important.
Alright, I partly agree with you, but the important thing is still today. It seems to me that we should live each day as fully as we can, and we certainly shouldn't worry about the future.
I don't agree. I really believe that it's important to think about the future. Of course, we can't know the future, and it's true that anything might happen. But we still need to make plans, and we need to work towards the future that we've planned. We need to think about the things that we want for ourselves, our family, and friends.
I think that's completely wrong. I think that we have to let God decide our future. As the poem says, God holds the key.